Zomar Maroof, and this is my creative critical reflection from my sports magazine project titled The Rise of the Underdogs. In this presentation, I will explain how my magazine uses and challenges media conventions, how it engages audiences, how my production skills developed, and how I integrated technology throughout the project. My magazine follows key conventions of sports magazines such as Sports Illustrated. I used a bold masthead at the top, a dominant central image of an athlete, and a structured layout. I also challenge conventions. Traditional sports magazines focus on already famous athletes and highlight championships and statistics. Instead, I focused on underdogs and their early rejection. I included well-known figures like Tom Brady and Kurt Warner, but framed them through doubt rather than trophies. I also featured a non-celebrity high school athlete to challenge the fame-driven nature of mainstream sports media. My minimalist design and use of white space also challenge the typical flashy, overcrowded sports cover style. My product represents athletes who are often overlooked or underestimated. Instead of portraying athletes as naturally dominant, I present them as hardworking individuals shaped by obstacles. This challenges the stereotype that success in sports is highly talent-based. Instead, my magazine highlights perseverance, resilience, and mental strength. By including a high school athlete, I also made the representation more relatable to young readers who may see themselves in similar situations. My target audience is teenage and young adult sports fans, especially student athletes between 14 and 22 years old that value motivation, competition, and self-improvement. I engage this audience through emotional storytelling rather than statistics. I structured my articles to begin with rejection and doubt before revealing success. The bold headline, The Rise of the Underdogs, acts as a hook by promising transformation. Pull quotes also serve as emotional cliffhangers that encourage readers to continue reading. In a real-world context, this magazine would primarily be distributed digitally as an interactive PDF or online publication. It could be shared on school platforms or athletic department websites. Social media would be essential for promotion. Instagram posts could feature motivational quotes layered over athlete images. Limited print copies could also be distributed at school sporting events to build credibility and physical presence. Throughout this project, my production skills developed significantly. At first, I struggled with layout balance. My drafts were either too cluttered or too empty. Over time, I learned to prioritize page hierarchy, placing dominant images first, then headline, then body text. As you can see in the table of contents, in the first one, I barely have any images, and I don't have really good headings or subheadings. But as you can see in the other one, I have a bigger images, more images, I have quotes, I have subheadings, and it just makes a more appealing table of contents for the reader. I integrated multiple technologies throughout this project. I use Canva as my primary design software to experiment with layouts, typography, and alignments. Its layering and spacing tools helped me create a professional design. I drafted my writing in a Google Doc before transferring it into the layout, which allowed me to focus on narrative quality separately from the design. Online research also helped me analyze professional sports magazine conventions and ensure factual accuracy when discussing athlete backgrounds. Digital storage tools helped me save and track revisions throughout the process. In conclusion, my magazine successfully uses and challenges sports media conventions while representing overlooked athletes in a meaningful way. It engages your young audiences through emotional storytelling and motivational themes. Throughout the project, I developed stronger design, writing, and time management skills while effectively integrating digital technologies. Thank you.